What's up everyone, my name is Alex Costa and man, I love making these hairstyle videos. Honestly, it's just so cool to see how many awesome hairstyles are hot right now. It hypes me up. And yeah, maybe it's a little bit weird to get hyped up because of men's hairstyle options, but you know what? You guys know that I am a hair nerd, right? I like to see what's popping in terms of styles, products, celebrity grooming, and in 2019 we had some killer celebrity hairstyles like Timothée Chalamet. We have Hairstyles, and of course the hair god, all bow to David Beckham, you know, still killing it after all these years. We even had some miracles like Elon Musk's hair and LeBron's magic hairline coming back to life after a dry season there. You know, I gotta say, it looks good. And real quick before we start, I post a lot of hairstyle photos and videos on my Instagram, which is @AlexCosta. All right, that's my Instagram. Go check it out. You can bring pictures and videos to your barber to make it easier for both of you. All right, so he doesn't have to mess your hairstyle up. I'm gonna leave a link to my Instagram in the description below. And without further ado, let's jump into the list here of the top 10 hairstyles for the new year, the trends for 2020. We're gonna start with the curls because they're trending right now. I see curly hairstyles everywhere I look. And this one is a curly fringe with a high fade. I tried this hairstyle in 2019 and so many of you guys got inspired. You tried it. I'm a huge fan of the style, and you know what? You're probably gonna see me rocking the curls again in 2020. The curls are in, they're easier to maintain, and curls get the girls. So if you have wavy or curly hair, this is the style for you. Just make sure that your top is pretty long, like 7 inches is ideal because you want your hair to naturally just come down to at least your nose here up front with the curls. All right, so curled up all the way here. And on the sides, I would say like a high fade is pretty edgy, it looks cool, and what I would recommend. But if you want to get a low fade, if you're not sure about going that high for the fade the first time around, that's totally fine. It's still gonna look good. Number 2, one of my favorites, the modern pompadour and the skin fade. I mean, this is probably the cleanest way you can start the year. You know, this cut is fire. It's been that way for a long time, 50 years or so to be exact. So, I mean, the pompadour has been around for a long time. It's not going anywhere. But the way to change it and make it more modern is by adding a skin fade, which is, you know, it's gonna make it look more young, more cool, more clean. You're definitely gonna need to have some length up top to get that volume. And of course, you need to apply a very heavy hold type of product to keep your hair in place. In my hair product, the Forte Series Texture Clay is gonna be perfect for this hairstyle because it's got strong all-day hold, it's got a matte finish, and of course, the fact that it's infused with argan oil, which means your hair is getting nourished while you have the clay on. I mean, just look at the type of hairstyles you can achieve with this clay. Now, we are down to the bottom of the barrel here when it comes to stock. We're almost sold out, and unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to restock for a couple of months, so head over to forteseries.com to get yours now before it's too late. Number 3 on today's list, the messy comb over. And the comb over is one of the most common hairstyles out there, but there's just something about a messy one that makes it so much better. I think it's just the idea of the perfectly clean comb over is great, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, it's a little too clean. You know what I mean? It's not a great hairstyle for every place you go. It is too clean, too perfect. There is such a thing. One of the biggest perks of this haircut is that you can do both. If you feel like going for a clean look, then you can just do that. If you want something a little bit more edgy, then you can just, you know, kind of mess it up a little bit to the side, and that's gonna look really, really cool and edgy as well. Also, if you're letting your hair grow and if you think it might be a little bit too long for like a regular, super straight, clean comb over, then messing it up is a great way to go through that awkward stage that we all hate. Number 4, blonde dreads. This hairstyle is everywhere. Like literally every new rapper out there is rocking this right now. You know, that means that this hairstyle is one of the hottest new trends of 2020. And it's funny because maybe you hadn't noticed before, but now that I'm talking about it, trust me, you're gonna see this haircut everywhere you look. And I'm not mad about it, it's a sick cut. It actually shows personality, it adds so much character to your look. If you have this hair type and you haven't tried this yet, I would say go for it, man. Like have fun, try it out, and I'm sure that you're gonna get loads of compliments. Next up, the short textured haircut. This is probably the safest, like one of the safest hairstyles on this list, which is definitely not a bad thing, by the way. It's actually good because if you feel like none of these other hairstyles on today's list is gonna work for you, then you can always fall back on this option. Trust me, this is why like every celebrity out there has tried this cut. It works for everyone, regardless of your hair color, face shape, age, this cut will make you look amazing. It's one of those sure guaranteed things. It's gonna work for you. Just go really short on the sides, right? And about like 2 to 3 inches up top. Then use a texture clay or powder to really get it messy and awesome. Next up on this list, the classic quiff. This is a cut that I fell in love with over the past few months when I was growing out my sides. I think this, what you're seeing right now, like it was probably my favorite cut of 2019. It's such a classic. Girls love guys with this cut because it shows that you take care of yourself and that you like to look good. It also shows that you're mature and not just an F-boy. You know, like you can have this hairstyle for pretty much any occasion, whether it's like dressed up or a casual t-shirt and jeans look. If you rock this with a suit, then whoa. This is next level, guys. It's insane how well it goes together with a suit. It just makes you look like a real boss, like you own the place. It makes you look super classy, attractive. I'm not gonna lie, I already miss my sides. Like I just cut it last week and I'm but hey, the good thing is hair grows back. So I'm definitely gonna go for this look again in a couple of months when my sides are longer because I really miss it. Next up, the buzz cut, probably the most masculine, the strongest cut of them all, the one that rules all cuts. This one is a huge statement. You know, if you go from a really long length or medium length hairstyle to a buzz cut, you're gonna turn some heads. Some of you know this, but when I was younger, I went to military school in Brazil and I had to get cuts every 2 weeks max, or we would actually get in trouble. So I started cutting my own hair. So I would just use a guard like number 3 or 4 and I would just do it myself. Literally just look down, do it myself to save money. And the thing is, it didn't look bad at all. I pulled it off for years. The best thing about it, besides making you look like a very masculine dude, the maintenance. It's basically non-existent. It's so easy. You don't even need product. You don't need to blow dry. You barely need to towel dry your head. This is like the haircut that's gonna save you the most time and the most money. But I feel like if I got a buzz cut now again, I would just miss playing with my hair. Just miss the longer hair for sure. So there's pros and cons for sure. Would you ever get a buzz cut? Let me know in the comment section down below. And do you think I should get a buzz cut, or would you instantly unsubscribe if I did? The next one is, I'm gonna get some hate for this, but the middle part or curtains. But yo, hear me out. This is making a huge comeback. I can tell, and when it happens, you heard it here first, all right? And if it doesn't happen, I'll grow my hair out so I can start the trend myself. You know why? Because this is actually a sick cut, and David Beckham was rocking it this, like just a few months ago he was rocking this, and look how good he looked. Like granted, it's David Beckham, like he's gonna look good regardless, he's the hair god, but we're all about that nostalgic 90s look right now, even when it comes to fashion, in style in general. So it's only right that this hairstyle comes back into a hot trend. Guys, let me know who is down to start this trend with me, because it won't stay right. I will do it. I will do it. Next up, the messy fringe, and this one is dope for so many reasons. Number one, you don't have to maintain it too much. As long as your sides are somewhat short, you know what I mean? And then your top is a little bit longer. You can just have it messy, coming down and like wavy and curly, all the way down to your nose, which looks really sick. And then two, if your hairline is receding, this is a great cut to hide that. You can literally look like you have a perfect hairline just by, you know, making it super messy and putting it down like this, because it's gonna hide your hairline if you just push it forward. And it doesn't look gimmicky or weird like some other hairstyles that are trying to cover your hairline. It looks good. Next up, the famous classic side parts. This hairstyle has endured the test of time. It has never gone out of style. Like I've never seen it go out of style, and even in movies back in the day, like it just didn't, you know, which is insane if you think about it. Men have been wearing their hair like this for years. It's clean, it's professional, it's easy to style, and best of all, it looks great. You can have this style for years and look good no matter where you go. Guys, if you want more hairstyle photos and inspiration, then make sure to check out my Instagram, which is @AlexCosta. I post so much there, and I'm sure that you can find some fashion, hairstyle, and even travel inspiration. I got a lot of trips coming up. So go check it out, and if you learn something new, of course, hit that subscribe button below. Become part of the YouTube family. We keep growing and growing, and I haven't set my goals for 2020 yet. I'm a little bit late on that, but I'm thinking we're gonna hit 3 million this year, guys. Like I have high hopes that our family will be 3 million strong. So make sure to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching this video. Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys again soon. Peace.